Gods and goddesses in training, welcome back to the channel. It is Uncle Makara, all relations. Let's get down to the meat and potatoes of this very important topic, depression. Depression is something that I've personally struggled with, including anxiety. And I've noticed how to get myself out of that dark pit of despair, that feeling of coping all the time, that feeling of not really understanding who I am. I'm not a medical professional, however, let me give you my perspective on this and being able to handle this, okay? Because as a positive psychologist, I help people transmute a lot of their darkness into light. So the way that I understand depression spiritually is it's a compression, it's a suppression, it's a pushing down rather than an expressing out. So you have probably locked up or caged up some part of you that you don't like, some aspect of you that you don't like. And as we metabolize into higher frequencies, depression does get very common. So for a lot of light workers, we might experience these periods of isolation or feeling like it's a downward spiral rather than an upward spiral, okay? And we are the upward spiral gang, so let's get it clear. We are the defenders of joy. Therefore, we must hold on to that frequency of joy and allow it to be our guide and teacher. We cannot stop that curriculum for joy and then suddenly take on the curriculum for depression and start behaving in ways that perpetuate that cycle, that negative downward spiral cycle, which is ultimately, it's a service to self. You're so focused on serving yourself than others that your depression is clinging on to you. So for me personally, the way I experience depression, and it goes back to Jim Carrey's quote, depression is your avatar telling you that it's tired of playing the character that you're trying to play. This journey of the priest beast, this integrated man, or priestess beast, this integrated woman, was all about accepting, embracing, and integrating our shadows. Yes, I have a saintly side to me, who's very holy, who's tapped in, who's sacred. Then I also have this hedonistic side to me. I also have this raw side to me that just says whatever, doesn't give a fuck. It's rebellious nature. And the way I integrated those is into this archetype of the priest beast, to help young men and women start to understand that I cannot hide for that part of me that I label demonic, devilish, bad, evil. I cannot suppress and lock that away in a cage. That beast has got to be a part of my lifestyle again. I have to let the beast out of the cage certain times. I can't keep feeling trapped in the same reality. Now, it's very interesting because Wilhelm Reich has these character structures, right? And if you haven't done that quiz, I highly recommend it. Knowing depression links you towards a very codependent archetype, okay? A very needy archetype. It's the child who is the needy child, who needs the mother's affection, who needs the father's love, but they're not getting their approval. They're not getting that nurturing. They're not getting that love. And therefore, the reaction to that is depression, because it's this emptiness or hollowness that they keep feeling in their internal world, that they're trying to fill that void with lots of different things, food, substances, different other things. The key to healing your depression is also the key to handling your neediness. Mic drop. You're thinking, oh yeah, this journey of me not being a nice guy anymore. I get it. Okay. Not seeking approval from people. Got it. You're working on that. You're saying that, but are you truly embodied in that? So you have to not fix your shadow work. I have to inner work it until it stops. I'm only the same. I'm not that bad part of me. Okay? The more repression, suppression, pushing away that you do, the more it's gonna come back and feel heavier. So you gotta let the sadness in. Notice what it wants to do, what it needs to do. Maybe it just wants you to move, right? Maybe it just wants you to go through the process. And I'm not like a tape person, just go to the gym and you'll fix all your mental health issues, right? Yeah, but that's kind of a cop-out reductionist way of saying it, right? We understand that physicality definitely affects our mentality. However, just going to the gym is just going to be another suppressing tactic. Not really looking at the root cause of your shadow, not really accepting it. It's another escape that you've given yourself. You have to realize it was not a problem. It was a problem that you trying to fix that problem was the main problem. So me trying to fix my depression made me more depressed. And I would suppress it, I would snip it, I would edit it, I would have this false sense of self that I would show the world, but really internally I wasn't feeling good. And this is what you want to have to get to. Start feeling good again. Start gaining joy from the simple things. This is why it's so good to take your mind off of all of these different things that have been taking control of you for so long. So ask yourself, how does my shadow want to be? How does it prefer to be? And then find different ways to integrate that and lean into that. Let's say that a part of your shadow is this raw, dark side to it, right? Like this absolute ruthlessness. You want to go on a song and just let it rip, man. You know, you want to take that energy and put it into your workout. You want to transmute that energy and put it into something else, right? Some creative piece that you've been working on. If you're a writer and you're struggling with depression, write about your depression, right? Start there, start somewhere, okay? Now don't keep writing about your depression. You have to start writing about it, but then transmute, reframe, transcend the reality that you're creating for yourself through hypersigilling. Like the character of your story is struggling with depression, and then certain things happen that give them their siddhis back, their mystical powers back. So if you had to truly express yourself right now, what would it be? Because this is not a depression issue, this is an identity crisis issue. This is you not knowing who you really are. You're still in the exploratory phase of understanding that, yeah, I have some level of my character, but I don't know, it's not really forming, or I can't really get to the precipice or the crux of it yet. Yeah, that's another way you're procrastinating, right? It's just procrastinating on your character development, which isn't a healthy paradigm, because every single day we at Primal Sutra keep evolving. So we're gonna whiz past you, you know? And that's not to say that like it's some kind of a competition, but really we gotta think about it competitively. Because honestly, there is a spiritual war in our own internal systems. It's an inner war. The main violence that you're creating towards your own self, right? Self-harm, not just through, you know, hurting yourself in the physical world. You're hurting yourself in the metaphysical world. Because you right now have been given this dark night of the soul catabasis moment, this dark cave of rebirth, and you're treating it like whatever, right? You're in that apathy or that numbness. You're not even reactive to anything anymore, right? You've been hyper reactive. After a while, your willpower starts to diminish. I guess I'm stuck. I guess I'm in this reality. I can't change. I can't get out of this. That's how your mind starts to become. It starts to become more and more and more feeling like it's suffocated. So you have to walk free. You have to hold your head up high, to change your physiology. What would someone who's not depressed be? Hold that. Feel that. Maybe dance it off. Maybe shake it off. You got to do something with this energy. Don't let it sit there in the gunk of your basement, okay? The root chakra. That's when you're going to feel insanity, okay? You need to pull that root energy up into your higher chakras so that it can flow, so you can have this energetic expansiveness, and the cerebral spinal fluid is floating up to the top of the crown, and you're feeling really well adjusted. Like, this depression isn't weighing me down anymore because I'm not carrying. Most people think they're carrying, they're actually carrying. They're carrying a burden, they're carrying something inside of them. They're thinking they're being caring by doing that behavior, but they're really holding on to it like a grudge. So you got to learn how to let go, the release phase of the flow cycle. That is so key and crucial for depression. So if you can start to understand that and really take your power back with this understanding, with this mentality, that every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. That's the mantra for self-improvement. That's the mantra that's going to keep you going. You're just doing a little bit that you can each day, Kaizen approach, to break through this wall of sadness, of darkness, of depression. Accept it as a friend, Hug your shadows, hug your demons. Understand they're not separate from you. They're there to help you, just like the good parts of you are there to help you, right? It's all there to help you. So learn to integrate your shadow by actually noticing it and seeing what is the healthy equivalent of the shadow. What is a way that the shadow can be expressed in a way that's very wholesome. Work with it. Don't hide it. Stop holding on to it. Reach out to community, reach out to tribe. You need connection with others who are also experiencing something like this. Okay? You gotta get yourself the willpower back, that fuel back, that life force, that Vajra back, by truly doubling down on who you truly prefer to be. Stop pretending, start elevating. You got this. Upward Spiral Gang. May we never be the same again. May the flow be with you. I'll speak to you guys soon. Osa.